Venice, June 2025. Billionaire Jeff Bezos marries Lauren Sanchez in a $50 million spectacle. But outside the palazzo, chaos. Protesters flood the canals. Paparazzi swarm. The world erupts over wealth, power, and one burning question. Who is Jeff Bezos now? Is he the visionary who built Amazon? Or a symbol of excess? Tonight we go beyond the headlines. A 30-year-old man walks away from a prestigious Wall Street hedge fund, hits the road with his wife, and starts selling books from a dusty garage in Seattle. No investors, no fanfare, just a belief in the future of the internet. Fast forward 27 years, and that same man is now worth over $200 billion. He's not just the founder of Amazon, he's the man who reshaped global commerce, transformed how we shop, how we read, and even how we imagine life in outer space. And right now, he's trending across America, not just for his fortune, but for a series of events that have turned him into one of the most talked about billionaires of our time. In June 2025, while most billionaires made headlines for market deals and startup acquisitions, Jeff Bezos made waves across the globe. A $50 million wedding in Venice, attended by celebrities, royalty, and media moguls, quickly became the centerpiece of global controversy. Protesters filled the canals, social feeds exploded, and while the world debated wealth inequality, Bezos was quietly preparing to sell $4.75 billion in Amazon shares, expand Blue Origin's orbital ambitions, and give away billions through the Bezos Earth Fund and Day One Fund. This isn't just a billionaire lifestyle story, it's the resurrection of a man who survived a $165 billion divorce, a scandalous affair, relentless media attacks, and still came out leading mankind towards space exploration and climate action. From childhood science projects in his parents' garage to commanding a $1 trillion empire, Jeff Bezos is more than just the richest man in the world. He's the architect of modern digital life. And at 61, he says he's just getting started. This is the untold story of the man behind Amazon, Blue Origin, one of the world's most powerful divorces, and the most extravagant wedding of the decade. Welcome to Loyal Luxury, where ambition meets power and the stories behind the wealth come alive. We don't just show luxury, we reveal the real lives behind it. Today we explore Jeff Bezos' extraordinary journey, from a small garage startup to a $200 billion empire shaping how the world shops, dreams, and reaches for the stars. This is more than success. It's legacy, controversy, and a vision defining 2025. Chapter 1. The Making of a Visionary. Albuquerque, New Mexico, 1964. Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen is born into a family shaped by struggle. His teenage mother Jacqueline divorces quickly. When she remarries Cuban immigrant Miguel Mike Bezos, Jeff gains more than a father. He gains an unshakable foundation. Mike had arrived in America at 16, speaking no English. His only coat, sewn from cleaning rags by his mother. This wasn't just a backstory, it was the seed of Jeff's resilience. Jeff's childhood? Marked by relentless curiosity. He dismantled his crib as a toddler. He turned his parents' garage into a science lab. And every summer, he worked on his grandfather's ranch, learning grit, hands-on problem solving, and real-world thinking. That grandfather, Lawrence Preston Gies, an Atomic Energy Commission engineer who shaped Jeff's scientific mindset. By high school, Jeff was dreaming out loud. In his valedictorian speech, he said he wanted to build space hotels and human colonies orbiting Earth, and he meant it. From flipping burgers at McDonald's to winning the Silver Knight Award, Jeff didn't just achieve, he analyzed. Even as a teen, he was studying systems, efficiency, performance, customer experience. The boy was already building the mindset that would revolutionize global commerce. Chapter 2. The Amazon Revolution, 1994, Wall Street. Jeff Bezos discovers a statistic. The internet is growing at 2,300% annually. That's not a trend, that's a gold rush. His boss tells him it's a great idea, just not for someone with a good job. But Jeff doesn't flinch. He packs his car with Mackenzie, drives across America, and starts Amazon in a small garage in Seattle. The mission? Simple. Build the Earth's most customer-centric company. In the beginning, they packed books by hand, drove to the post office themselves. No VC glamour, just raw belief. Jeff had a secret weapon, obsession, not with profit, but with customers. While competitors focused on each other, Bezos studied behavior, worked backward from customer needs, and built features we now take for granted. One-click shopping, customer reviews, tailored recommendations. In 1996, Amazon makes $15 $15 million in revenue. By 2025, over $650 billion. The garage startup had become a $1 trillion empire, and the mindset that got them there: stay hungry, stay day one. Chapter 3. Leadership Secrets and Controversies. Jeff Bezos built Amazon with a relentless mindset, what he called a day one philosophy. It meant always acting like a startup, no matter how big the company got. His leadership style: obsessive, methodical, and driven by high expectations. He championed long-term thinking, memos over slideshows, data over ego, and he believed that high standards weren't just contagious, they were essential. But make no mistake, Jeff didn't coddle. Inside Amazon's walls, his demands were legendary. If you failed to deliver, he might respond with, "Why are you wasting my life?" or ask sarcastically, "Did I take my stupid pills today?" That created results, but also controversy. Critics called the workplace cutthroat. Employees were ranked against one another. Secret peer reviews were encouraged. The pressure was unrelenting. Still, Jeff's philosophy was clear. Experimentation, risk-taking, and brutal honesty breed innovation. PowerPoint was banned. Written narratives ruled meetings, and seniority never overruled substance. Even junior employees could overturn leadership if they had the data. His culture produced tension, but also triumph. Amazon didn't just adapt, it invented, because at its core was a man who believed that truth, speed, and obsession with the customer could defy gravity. Chapter 4. Epic Failures and Comebacks. Not everything Bezos touched turned to gold, and he never pretended otherwise. In 2014, Amazon launched the Fire Phone. It was supposed to be the next big thing. It flopped spectacularly. The company lost $170 million. The phone quickly dropped from $199 to 99 cents. But to Jeff, that failure was fuel. He told his team, "If you think that's a big failure, we're working on much bigger ones." And I am not kidding, because while the Fire Phone failed, its voice tech laid the foundation for Alexa and Echo, products that would redefine smart homes. Amazon auctions fell flat against eBay. Prime Video had rocky beginnings. Not every acquisition panned out, but Jeff treated Amazon like a venture capital fund, knowing that one huge win could pay for a dozen losses. And when things failed, he didn't punish, he encouraged. "Promise me," he told the Fire Phone team, "you won't lose a minute of sleep over this." That resilience, turning wreckage into rocket fuel, is exactly why Amazon kept evolving, even when others doubted. Chapter 5. The Space Race and Blue Origin. While Amazon made Jeff Bezos the richest man alive, space was always the dream. In 2000, while most were focused on .coms, Bezos quietly founded Blue Origin. The mission: build a future where millions of people live and work in space, move polluting industries off Earth, turn our planet into a residential zone, a nature preserve. This wasn't science fiction, it was a plan, a vision he had spoken of back in high school. Blue Origin developed the New Shepard rocket designed for suborbital tourism, then the New Glenn, capable of heavy orbital launches. In 2021, Bezos himself flew to the edge of space. By January 2025, Blue Origin had successfully launched New Glenn into orbit, solidifying its place in the space race. Every year, Jeff sells about $1 billion in Amazon stock to fund Blue Origin. He calls it his most important work. His goal: build infrastructure, reusable rockets, massive space stations based on the ideas of physicist Gerard O'Neill. Critics say he lags behind SpaceX, but Bezos doesn't race. He builds methodically, obsessively, deliberately. Because for him, space isn't a hobby, it's humanity's future. Chapter 6. The $165 billion divorce and new love. In 2019, the richest man in the world faced one of the most expensive divorces in history. Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Scott, his wife of 25 years and partner in Amazon's early days, were suddenly on every tabloid front page. The reason? A very public affair with former TV anchor Lauren Sanchez. The National Enquirer leaked intimate texts, exposed their relationship, and unleashed a media frenzy. Bezos didn't just respond, he went to war. In a blog post that stunned the world, he accused the tabloid's parent company of blackmail, saying they threatened to release explicit photos unless he complied. Then came the settlement, $165 billion. Mackenzie walked away with 4% of Amazon, instantly becoming one of the wealthiest women alive. And yet, Amazon's stock barely moved. The empire was bigger than the man, but Bezos learned a hard lesson. No prenup, never again. Fast forward to 2025. He marries Lauren Sanchez in Venice, an opulent $50 million affair. Over 200 celebrity guests. Oprah, Bill Gates, even the Kardashians. Lauren's custom Dolce & Gabbana gown. 900 hours of craftsmanship, and this time, the prenup ironclad. Love, power, scandal, and redemption. Even for a billionaire, second chances come with a price and a lesson. Chapter 7, Philanthropy and Giving Billions Away. For years, Jeff Bezos was criticized for not giving enough. He didn't sign the giving pledge. He kept his philanthropic plans private. Critics said he was too slow, too cautious. Then in 2022, everything changed. Bezos publicly committed to giving away the majority of his $200+ billion fortune during his lifetime. His focus, two things, Earth and people. First, the Bezos Earth Fund, a $10 billion initiative to combat climate change, forest restoration, sustainable agriculture, emissions reduction. The entire fund, set to be distributed by 2030. Then the Day One Fund, focused on helping homeless families across America. Since 2018, it's given out over $640 million, supporting 170 organizations across 48 states. In 2022 alone, $118 million went to 38 nonprofits. Bezos' giving style is deliberate, strategic. He avoids red tape, offers no strings attached grants, builds systems to scale. He doesn't just want to give money, he wants to build a machine that can keep giving long after he's gone. His ex-wife Mackenzie, she gives fast, rapid grants. No public input, but Bezos, he's building legacy infrastructure, and he's not doing it alone. Lauren Sanchez now co-chairs many of these initiatives, including celebrity partnerships, like awarding $100 million to Dolly Parton for charitable causes. Slow, intentional, scalable. That's how Bezos gives, and that's how he plans to leave the world better than he found it. Chapter 8, Why He's Trending Now and What's Next. In 2025, Jeff Bezos is trending, and not just for one reason. He's selling 25 million Amazon shares, worth $4.75 billion. A strategic move signaling a deeper pivot, stepping further away from Amazon's daily operations and leaning fully into his space and philanthropy missions. Then came the wedding, Venice, luxury yachts, paparazzi, celebrity guests, and floating mannequins in the canals, covered in fake money, held up by protesters chanting, "No space for Bezos." Because this wasn't just about a billionaire wedding, it became a symbol, a flashpoint in the global debate over wealth inequality. But Bezos, he kept moving forward. Blue Origin's orbital missions are accelerating. His Earth Fund is issuing multi-million-dollar climate grants. And his role? It's shifting from tech mogul to something bigger. At 61, he's positioning himself not as an executive, but as a statesman, a figure shaping the future of humanity, from digital commerce to space colonization. And whether people love him or loathe him, he's impossible to ignore. From a curious boy in New Mexico to the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos has lived the ultimate American story. He dismantled his crib with a screwdriver, dreamed of space as a teenager, sold books from a garage, and built a company that powers half the internet. Amazon is more than a marketplace. It's an ecosystem, a WS Kindle, Alexa, Prime, his reach, global, his methods, controversial, his results, unmatched. But his legacy, that's still being written, because Jeff Bezos isn't just spending money on yachts and weddings. He's betting billions on climate solutions, homelessness, and interplanetary life. Some call him a savior, others a symbol of greed. But one truth stands tall. He didn't just build a business, he built the infrastructure of modern life, and now he's trying to build the future. Whether he succeeds or fails, one thing is clear: he's not done, not even close. Thanks for joining us here on Loyal Luxury, where ambition meets elegance. If Jeff Bezos' story inspired you, don't miss our next deep dive into the unforgettable life of Jimmy Buffett, the billionaire beach bum who turned island vibes into an empire. Watch it now. Until next time, stay driven and stay loyal to luxury.